Peace, 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 peace. What it do, yeah? It's your brother, man, from the motherland, coming to you guys live from the NY. Back with another one of Repent or Die podcast. For those that don't know, I am Junes, the original for the Bantus, by blood, not by converge. You know I'm out here to splurge with the what? With the word. Want to give all praise and glory to the Father, for he is worthy to be praised. Want to give all shout outs to every single person that's been tuning in, supporting, that's subscribing, doing the whole shebang, man. I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for y'all, just like I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for the Father. So round of applause for you guys. Yeah, man. Yeah. It's just one of those days that a brother go through. Just one of those times. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man. I hope everybody had a blessed weekend. We starting the week fresh, no stress, Continue to be blessed, not to be less, but blessed, right? And we're gonna have a good one, man. We're gonna have a good conversation. But before we do, I gotta give you guys the hood temperature, also the hood news, the temperature right now. Currently in New York is rainy, nothing gloomy. Ain't no sunshine where we from. Everybody's with a gun. Ain't no sunshine out here, man. Still grimy, still shady, still wicked, still evil. And it looks like nothing is gonna change until we make that change, right? But for the hood news, broad daylight shooting in Brooklyn leaves a victim hospitalized. A man was shot in the chest just outside of Prospect Park in Brooklyn on Saturday afternoon, police said. Yeah, right on Prospect Park. This is where we at, people. This is where we at. And there's a whole lot of news, but I like to keep it brief and straight to the point. Just giving brothers and sisters reminders that we on borrowed time and it's time for us to really start making that change. You feel me? It's time for us to really start separating ourselves from the factory. You feel me? It's time for brothers and sisters to start really separating ourselves from the evil, the wicked, the deceivers, the influencers who are paid to lead you astray. And that's what we're going to talk about today. See, today's topic is going to get straight to the point. Today's topic is about what? It's about what? Unsubscribing to anybody whose purpose is to divide the black family household, the black family structure, the black family unity. We must unsubscribe from these individuals. See, we live in times where we are getting advice and understanding from victims, traumatized victims, and their response or their conclusion is always going to be in a standpoint or a viewpoint of somebody that's been victimized. We never get advice from people who conquered, who overcame, who preserve. That's not what society is teaching us. Society has now created a meta universe, right? That allow victims, cowards, suckers, losers to voice their opinions, talk about their trauma, and teach our women, teach our men to separate themselves from their opposite sex if things don't go right. A energy, a factory creation that's only pushed upon black and brown people. You will never, and I repeat, you will never see a Jewish woman come online to talk about why she don't need a Jewish man and why she should just be a single Jewish woman worrying about Jewish problems all by her Jewish self. You will never see an Arab woman come on the scene and tell Arab people why she doesn't need an Arab man, because Arab mans ain't sugar, honey, iced tea, and they could be Arabic all by themselves. You never see that. But some apparent reason, when it comes to black people, we get this: you don't need a man. You don't need a woman. Focus on your career. Focus on on what's right. Stop settling for less. If you're unhappy, depart. This is what they've been feeding us for the last 400 years. Now, I won't even go that far ahead. Let's just say for the last for the last 65 years. Let's just say 70. That we have been told that if things don't work out, you walk out. Now, the question that I ask my black people, especially my black women, how is that working out for you? Do you know that there are more single, middle-aged black women than any other race on the face of this earth, especially here in America? Do you know that we are the lowest when it comes to percentage of marriage, but yet the highest of bringing forth children out of wedlock? We have more baby daddies than we have husbands. We have more baby mamas than we have wives. We have now looked forward to one night stands or one night flings than really giving ourselves up to a king, to a queen. We have been told that you're not supposed to have patience in a relationship. And if you do, it's only to a degree. And if you get to the point where you are unhappy, you must walk away. Now, the question that I asked again, how is that working for us? How many women are in their middle age, mid-40s, early 50s, 60s, even 70s? No ring, no husband, no wife, no nothing. And the only thing that you can show for yourself is a degree. It's some money that can't come with you when you die. And children that 9 out of 10 times will separate themselves from you because you are traumatized. And you know why we see nothing wrong with that? Because we got influencers who's programming, teaching young men, young women, that if they are in situations and they aren't happy, you, by law, what law? Who told you this law? Are obligated to walk away. And how many of us got out of relationships with that mentality? I know I have. And I'm sure people that's listening also can agree to what I'm saying. But the $1 million question that I ask is, how is that working out for us? See, society is teaching us to only focus on what's now. Society is only focusing on controlling the things that you have control over. And you have control over your body. And you have control over your mind. And if you are unhappy, you walk away. See, these are the individuals that's feeding you this and are fulfilling the factory's obligation. See, the factory does not want black unity. See, the factory does not want black power. The factory does not want to give black people reparations. The factory doesn't want to do nothing for you but to destroy you. So they bring forth and they hire factory workers that got your complexion, that comes from your community, and they verify them with a blue check. So that means that blue check makes them valid for you to follow and listen because they've been verified by the factory. And these people come on lives. These people do reels. These people do podcasts. These people go on shows. These people do radio appearances, TV show appearances, talk show appearances, and they talk about things that's unbeneficial for us as black people. We have now gotten to the point where our conversation is, you got to challenge the energy. You got to be one with the universe. We have gotten to the point where we worship and honor the creature than the creator. That's a topic that I'm definitely going to talk about on another lesson for the December conversation. We definitely going to have a conversation about that. See, we lost in the source. And while we sit back and watching these influencers feed us this nonsense, I'm watching other nations create family wealth, have inheritance for their children, remain married no matter the circumstances, stay loyal no matter the circumstances. But for black women, they tell you that if a man did you wrong, you could do the same thing too. You know how many Jewish men I know that has relationships out of their relationship? You don't see the Jewish woman coming on no social media platform talking about how her Jewish man did her wrong. You know what she do? She leaves it in God's hands. Why aren't our sisters doing that? Is it because you no longer believe in God? Is it because that your God has become a blue face? Is it because your God has become the European dollar, perspective, understanding, philosophy? Could that possibly be the reason? In Islam, these men got 10 to 15 wives. And not one woman decides to say, I don't want to deal. They play their course. But for black people, always different. We're told that if you're unhappy, just walk away. So how is that beneficial for us long term? So if you're in a relationship, because see, these influencers and everybody else, especially through the social media platform, they always show you the good stuff. They show you them going on trips, they going on vacations, they having a good time, they laughing, they enjoy, they in peace, but they never talk about the trauma, the beef, the not talking to each other. And they don't even, not only do they not show you that, they don't even show you how they came to a solution, how they came to a conclusion. Like, baby girl, I'm sorry. Who apologized first? Why is it so hard for black people to apologize? Why are we going into relationships with walls? Women comes into relationships with high walls. Men come in relationships with high pride. When are we going to put all that aside and focus on what's important? And that's building a strong black unity, a strong black family, especially those that put children on this earth. Is the relationship more important? Is breaking up the relationship more important than raising the child as a husband and wife for the children? Is the relationship that severe that you would rather break that up so you can live your best life? Is the relationship that severe that you'd rather jeopardize and lose it all than to be in submission to a king, than to prioritize your woman? Is it that serious? I know it's not that serious. I know everything that I'm talking about, what's running through you guys' brains, is a taught behavior. A behavior that was handpicked, crafted, manufactured, put together, compiled, published, and given to you. Straight out the factory. Hot press, baby. And now we go into these situations. We put these children on these earths. We get out of these relationships because it doesn't work. So the children is on this earth. The relationship doesn't work. Who's left behind to be hurt? That child. That child then is going to grow up never knowing what a family structure is like. See, we all want change. We all complain about, we got to fix this, we got to do that. Listen, the fixings first starts from home. Charity starts from within the house. If the house is not in order, the streets is not going to be in order. If the house is not in order, the streets is going to be filled with red water. And I'm talking about the bloodshed. That's going to be mixed with the tears. Pay attention to the message. You might learn something today. If we don't get our houses in order, the streets is going to be filled with red water. These children is crying out loud. They taking their frustration out on everybody. Because there's no order in the house. There's no supervision. There's no guidance. There's no God. God has become the blunt for these children. God has become the phones for these children. God has become the money for these children. Oh, hold on, it's not finished. God has become the guns for these children. And we sit around here seeing the chaos, seeing the drama. And all we focusing on is being a baby mama. All we focus on is having a baby daddy, while the world and their child is out here going crazy. You see, when it rhymes, it's because it's meant to go together. You see, when it rhymes, it's meant to go together. When do we say, okay, enough is enough? Where do we start from? Who do we blame? Who's teaching us to not have patience? Who's teaching us to not endure long suffering? Who's teaching us to do everything opposite of what God told us to do? Let me tell you something, ladies. I don't care if you are God believing, atheist, whatever. Let me tell you your purpose on this earth. You was created to be the helper to a king. You already a queen. You was designed to be a helper to your king. Woman, the reason why you call a woman, because you was taken from the womb of a man. And when you was created, God handed you as a gift to the man. Sad to say that, right? See, society teaches women that they are the prize. No. You are that asset. You are the missing piece to the creation that God already loved. And that creation was when he created man. You are the missing factor to the creation. See, what the devil in the factory has done has made you priority, because you see yourself as priority, as a gift, as the prize. You then are not gonna focus on your true, how can I say this? Your true purpose on this earth. And that was to be a helper. We go into these relationships with this so-called, and I wouldn't call it a so-called, let's call it what it is. We go into these relationships with this European factory-made mentality. That a factory-made mentality that's only pushed upon black and brown people. Black and brown people are told to walk away when things is rough. Even for myself, because of this predictive programming that I have dealt with for 30 plus years, when I'm in a place of distress and frustration and anger and upset, you say, am I really supposed to be in this relationship? How dare you say something like that? Is this relationship really something for me? Should I go look elsewhere for love? And like I was talking to the Wiz, and I said, you know what our problem is? You know why we are moving the way that we're moving? Because we now have choices. We have choices. I can choose to love you today, hate you tomorrow. See, when you have choices, are you really invested and committed into something? See, when you have choices, if I own 4 properties and I could choose within the 4 properties, it's easy for me to say, you know what? Yeah, this one, I'm not feeling that. So yeah, I'm just going to leave that alone. I'm going to put my focus on these other 3 right here. But when you only have one, and that one is something that you put hard work to, you know you're going to cherish it more. You're going to make sure that there's nothing going on. You're going to make sure that the lights come on. You're going to make sure that the pipes, the water, everything is working. The heat, everything. But when you have choices and you have opportunities, it's like, wow, why waste my time? Please. I know I look good. I know I can. I know I'm going to bounce back. I know I can do this. I know I don't need no woman. I know, listen, I'm fit, I'm sexy, I'm strong. I can move on. This is the mentality. But I asked the question, how is that working for us? You know, brothers and sisters, you know, every year goes by, you're getting a year older. You know that statistics show that by 2050, relationships, especially upon the black and brown people, will be obsolete. Relationship will be like these dating apps. You meet, go out, have pleasure, keep it pushing. This is what they're pushing for. See, if there's no relationship, there's no unity. There's no unity, there's no community. There's no community, that's an open gate for foolery. That's an open gate for foolery. And if you guys ain't seeing the foolery taking place right now, I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what rock you've been sleeping under. I don't know. But what I can see, and what those that got eyes to see, what we all can see, is we're heading down a path of destruction, and there is no turning back. Because we got influencers, we got TV shows, we got movies. We got people that you really thought was to be representations of us, literally are in positions to destroy the very place these people so-called come from. Jay-Z tells you, etc., etc. But yeah, he's with his woman. Cardi B tells you that she don't clean when I look like cleaning, but her husband's taking video pictures of showing her cleaning. See, they feed you something and live a totally different life. They feeding us wickedness, but they don't practice the wickedness that they're teaching you. They don't practice that in their personal life. And they plague on the ignorance of the black and brown people. They have taught us to be heartless. You see how they switch the narrative? We born with a heart, we born with a soul, we born with love, and we born with care. They take that away. How was they able to take that away? They take that away by giving us victimized people instead of conquerors, instead of endurers, instead of people that invested their heart, mind, and soul into their woman, into their man, into their marriage, into their children, into their community, into their people, into the unit. They don't give you that. Oh, you can't have that, black man, black woman. You can't have that. Because if you was to have that, you can end up producing another Malcolm X and Betty Shabazz, Martin. Yeah. Coretta, Martin and Coretta, they belong together. They don't want that. Because if you take the man out the house, it's easy to control the woman. If the man is by himself, it's easy for him to be distracted and led astray. And then they bring their saviors. They give the black woman a European man and allow this European man to infuse his European offsprings. You know, the things that they was viciously doing in slavery times when they came into the lands. They was forcing themselves. Now they do it free 99. Sisters has opened themselves up to the wickedness. And for the man, they give you one of their own. Oh, I can show you in the word. First of all, I can show you in the word where the Father said intermingling is a D-U-B, dub. I can show you in the word where husbands was giving their women up just so the men, us, can fall and slip and sin. They will sacrifice their own to destroy us, similar to religion. They sacrifice the image of Jesus Christ, this European pale-faced, blue-eyed Luciferian baby. They gave you that. They sacrificed that to take your soul, to take your position, to take away your dominion on this earth. Oh, you didn't know what religion was about. Oh, you don't know why religion is still here to this day. Now religion has become something obsolete because their job is already complete. Now their main focus, and I don't want to get off topic, their main focus is the preparation for the war. The Valley of Jehoshaphat is on its way. And it ain't taking place in no goddamn Middle East. Are you dumb or are you dumb? It's taking place in the one place every single nation got their hands in. And we know where that place is. But hey, what can I say? Brothers is lost in the sauce, man. If you knew better, you would do better. But this is where we are at, people. A behavior that's passed on from generation to generation. I remember being in school and hearing my black teachers say, I've been married such and such time. Women don't have those conversations no more. Women says, I have 4 beautiful children. I'm a mother of 2. I love my children. Where's the husband? Why are we so comfortable with just being a number? I'm his second baby mother. Then being his first wife. Being a wife in general. What happened to that? Are we so afraid of marriage? If so, is this a conversation that needs to be had? Are we afraid of marriage? Are we really afraid of true commitment? See, commitment is not I'm gonna be committed into you or unto you as long as I'm happy. That's not commitment. That's not commitment. A true commitment is literally what it said, till death do us part. A true commitment is, listen, we're going to go through the rough times. If we got to go to the shelter tomorrow, we there. I'm with you. That's commitment. That's being committed to your man, being committed to your wife, being committed to your children. See, society teaches our women that the only commitment that they should only focus on is the child. And if a man doesn't get in line with what you believe, then he's not the one for you. This is what they teach you. That's not what God said. God said you must be committed unto your man. And when you bring forth his child, yeah, I said it, his child, he's planting the seed inside of you. Semen is seed that is planted inside of you. If I put a seed inside of the ground and the seed comes out to be an orange tree, the orange tree is not half seed, half concrete, half dirt. No, it's whatever the seed is. And people don't like when I say that. Women don't like when I say that. But that is the fact. And you know why women don't want to say that? Because it makes women vulnerable. But guess what, ladies? You are always going to be vulnerable. This is why God created a man, to protect you and preserve and prioritize your vulnerability. Yes, man, you must prioritize her vulnerability. Woman was never meant to be in the battlefield over here fighting, going toe to toe with Lucifer. She lost when she went toe to toe with Lucifer. How you think she ate that forbidden fruit? She lost. And because you let her lose is the reason why we lost. We losing now. And what are we losing? We losing our lives. Ooh, talk to them. That one hit home, didn't it? That one makes sense, don't it? We lost it. Because we're not there to protect our woman's vulnerability. And women are being, this is all these heathens has fed our sisters. Be strong, 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 be strong. Women aren't meant to be strong. And if their strength is not in that field, the woman's strength is making sure that her husband is taken care of, to make sure that her children is taken care of, to make sure that the house is in order, to make sure that anytime they see her, they see the husband. That's her strength. That's her purpose. That's her reason. Miss us with the foo-foo. I don't want to hear none of that. It's not working. How has it worked out for us in 2023? It is failing us. And it's failing us at a high rate. These children are being defenseless, being raised without both parents at a high rate, and it's destroying us. Children is becoming depressed. Children is rather jump off windows. Children is doing foolishness. Children now are train surfing. This is how destroyed we are. Children now are train surfing. On trains, surfing. Getting knocked over, falling into the third track, dying, falling off all the way to their death. Because there's no more order, there's no more love, there's no more unity in the goddamn household. What are we doing, man? Are we dumb or are we dumb? And people get mad when I say these things. People get upset when I speak about these things. But the question that I ask is, if I don't talk about it, who's going to talk about it? When are we going to say, all right, I get it. Enough is enough. I got it. All right. How do we fix this? We fix it by fixing home. Let's fix the home. Let's bridge the gap. Let's stop focusing on trying to be genetically modified Europeans. Let's focus on being black again. Let's focus on finding our culture. Let's focus in on finding out who we are. You're not Haitian. That was a place that you were sent to by the Frenchmen. You're not Jamaican. That was a place you were sent by the Britishmen. You're not none of these places. These are places you were sent by the enemy. Let's go find ourselves from the place where they got us from. To know where you're going, you must first know where you come from. See, outside of America, black people are still keeping their black cultural traditions and ways. There's no compromising. We've been compromised here because we are in the belly of the factory. Oh, you thought I was going to say the beast. No. We are in the belly of the factory. Black people imitate and follow what goes on here in the factory, the corporation. The president of the factory is Joe Biden. The next president, whoever it may be, will be the president. That's why he are presidents. These are not prime ministers. These are not kings. These are not queens. These are presidents, because this is a corporation. The corporation is the factory, and they got tons of workers literally getting high-end paid good amount of money to deceive you. And they come in all shapes and sizes. They come in every single thing that you get connection to, an attachment to, anything that you can feel, anything that you can touch, anything that you can read. They have their hands on it, and that's to destroy you, black man, black woman. And we get upset for what's going on. But in reality, what are we really getting upset about? If you're going to get mad at anybody, you got to get mad at yourself, playboy. Because you forgot about the blueprint. You forgot about the blueprint. You accepted the blue face over the blueprint. You look forward to working for the factory, then taking the factory down. These are the things that we have lost. And because we're so traumatized and so heartbroken, so hurt, so destroyed mentally, physically, spiritually, instead of seeking the man above, we seek influencers, traumatized, victimized individuals that feed you foolishness, that's teaching women and men that you don't need the opposite sex. You'll be better off by yourself, when God never created. The whole purpose of God creating a woman, because he said a man should not be alone. He created a woman and he said, woman, you must help this man. But you was told that you don't need a man because you only need to focus on getting the Benjamin. Oh, damn, Jules, you talking like that? Yeah, let's get the Benjamin. And when you get the Benjamin and you get to, live your best life, at least when you go old, you can look back and reflect and say, man, yeah, I had so much stamps on my passport. I went to many concerts and parties. You're also gonna have to say, I slept with so much men. I gave myself up to so much men. And now, as I sit back and I reflect, I got 4 baby daddies. I've never been proposed to. Now my children is grown, living their best life, and now here I am, 65, 70, 80, all alone. And who am I gonna blame? I'm gonna say, cause these niggas is worthless. You's a broke bum ass nigga. You was a fake. You was real. You ain't real. You ain't do this. Who taught you to think and speak like that? Who taught you this? Who taught you this behavior? The factory. See, factory equals misery for the black society. Ooh. Factory means misery for the black society. Damn. And look how destructive we have become. Look how destroyed. Look how far off we have gotten. Do you even know who God is? Oh, my bad, it's Jesus, right? And like I said in all my podcasts, the only saving Jesus did for black people was take you from one ship, take you from one continent to another via the ship of Jesus. That's the only saving he did for you. He saved you from drowning and from being eaten by sharks. Are you dumb or are you dumb? That's the only thing Jesus has done for you. And because you have Jesus know your heart and Jesus died for your sins, what has he done for our community? What has that mentality done for us? Where are we? $1.5 trillion of spending power, but yet we are the highest in poverty level. What has Jesus done for you? Oh, but your podcast is called the Repent or Die. What is the repent about? Repent means change. You better change your ways or you're going to die. I gotta talk to you in a godly aspect because how can I say this? I gotta talk to you in a godly aspect because in a human sense, you already lost. In a human sense, you don't see change. You don't see the desperation for the change. You don't see that. So when I say in a godly word, in a godly form, your coward ass gonna be like, oh, I don't subscribe to religion. Oh, I don't believe in God. Oh, God knows my heart. Oh, you trying to force your beliefs. These are the defense mechanisms we as black people are running with. This is what we're running with. We think the more intelligent and intellectual we are and knowledgeable we are of this world, we think it's the justification into why I don't have to believe in God no more. And I don't want to make this, I'm not making this podcast about the Father or God or whatever you want to call it. I'm making this as a point as how far we have gone, how lost we have become as spiritual beings. How we have more respect for the creatures than the Creator. How we look forward to see how adequate and intelligent our people is speaking. I've seen black people run and revere and honor and wanted to be a part of this Obama campaign because he was just speaking so eloquently. He seemed so intelligent. But his characteristics was separating you from God. He told you, listen, 2 fishes can get married and dip in holy water. He told you could do that. And we run with it. And we running. And then I run so far away. What is it doing? What has these influences done for us? Why are we still looking for these people? We need to take these people out of our minds, our hearts, our souls, our phones, anything that's pertaining to our livelihood. We need to remove them. We need to remove anybody that's dividing and separating the black household. Anybody. I don't care who it is. Even if your mom's is teaching you that. If your mom's is telling you, girl, you don't need a man, you better run from that. That's not your mother talking to you. That is Lucifer. If your dad tells you that don't worry about a woman, all you need is to get the money, you better run from that. That is Lucifer. Anybody, I don't care who it is, your teacher, your boss, anybody, they feeding you that, you need to run because they are a part of our demise. Yes, I tell you, the coconuts is real. They look like you, talk like you, but the mentality is of the factory. They're not even the organic coconuts. They're the ones that is made out of the factory and put in little containers and tell you to drink. That's them. That is them. And it's only going to get worse. And it's never going to stop until we stop and say enough is enough. I want to raise my child. I want to raise my children accordingly. I want to do everything right. I'm no longer desiring to live a life of mistakes because we can't afford no more mistakes. This podcast is not just, or should I say this broadcast is not just for you guys. This is a lesson for me as well. Nobody is better than anybody. As long as we in the bottom of the map, as long as we are in captivity, as long as we are in the hands of the factory, the only factor that matters is getting out of the misery that was created by the factory that's placed in every black community / society. Make it make sense. This is what we must do. This is what's needed. This is a necessary approach, a necessary thing, a must that must happen before we be destroyed. Because the factory is winning right now. Children is dying. You, as parents, your child can go to the store and that'll be the last time you hear them, see them. You think that energy that's in Chicago is not making their way to every other place? That energy in Chicago has made its way to Atlanta. From Atlanta, it has made its way to Alabama. From Alabama, it has made its way to St. Louis. From St. Louis, it has made its way to Cali. From Cali, it has made its way to New York. You can't run from this. You can't run from this. No more running. I don't care if it's in relationship or in everyday life. No more running. We must handle and take care of these things head on. I got your back. You got my back. And we promote it and we push it. Everything black. Are you dumb or are you dumb? And if they don't like it, too bad. We don't give a damn because we gonna take a stand. And we gonna take that stand is being a brother man, living in this wicked land. Keep it, Father's command. And that command is not just keeping the laws. No. The commands is the women doing what she was commanded to do, and that was being a helper. The commands is the commands of a man designed to do what he was told to do, and that was lead. To have dominion. It's time for us to take back that dominionship. I want it back. I will get it back. But I can't do it alone. I need my people. I need my sisters. I need my brothers. The time is now. It's your brother man from the motherland. I came to you guys live. You know what I represent. You know what I stand for. And you know who I am. I am Mr. Keep My Foot on you heathens, you he-girls, in the newly installed heathenites next. Are you dumb or are you dumb? Father, say it one time for the one time. And I'ma holla at y'all